What's more, I know he's an expert he siphons down his significant other's throat to keep him gay Mickey. I suppose you could say she was the rap sovereign. I met her in the studio hall, yet her goods looked greater in the magazine. Gracious honey, take a load off and lock in on the grounds that the most recent scoop on Beyoncé is more smoking than her fire exhibitions. Reports are flying left and right that our cherished sovereign Narrows is getting ready to take care of business with a lady, and in addition to any lady yet the skilled ammunition who is endorsed to Jay-Z's mark. And assuming you felt that was stunning, clutch your hairpiece, since sources say Beyoncé is routinely enjoying some hot young lady on young lady activity with female rappers. The proof is obvious. You all, for north of 20 years, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have been a definitive power couple, giving us every one of the feels with their hashtag relationship objectives minutes, yet it appears to be their romantic tale probably won't be as completely flawless as we suspected. Truth be told, the tea is spilling that Beyoncé may not actually be into men, particularly not her hubby Jay-Z. No honey, the sovereign favors her women, and she's been spotted getting ready to take care of business with probably the most sweltering female rappers in the game. Looks like being protected has her primary concerns at the forefront, and living it up is right at the first spot on her list. Woman crazy says Beyoncé is a lesbian. Gracious, you do as you can attempt to continue on from the past, yet the web always remembers, and neither do the fans. Beyoncé's hot close connection with rapper Ammunition will constantly be a piece of her set of experiences, regardless of how enthusiastically she attempts to race it. Yet stand by, who is this creature character and where did she go? We should dive in and find out. Hunty Leo told DJ leaves her and Beyoncé had a sexual relationship. Chronicle was a rap genius, a piece of the gathering significant coins in spite of the gathering's brief achievement, and will sparkle like a treasure waiting to be discovered. Many idea she'd disappear rapidly, however her ability justified itself with real evidence she grabbed the eye of, as a matter of fact, Jay-Z himself, who marked her to Rockefeller Records, and from that point the sky was the cutoff. Her extraordinary, delicate yet rough voice turned into a staple in a few Rockefeller songs of devotion, making her the main craftsman endorsed to the name. She even got to team up with the unrivaled Beyoncé. Nothing, young lady, simply functioning admirably. We should go out to shop, meet me at the spot. Gracious, okay, I'ma see you there. You believed Beyoncé and Ammunition's relationship was just about music? Reconsider on the grounds that rumors from far and wide suggest that these two were much something beyond buddies, and the tea is quite hot in light of the fact that obviously creatures let the cat out of the bag to a few dear companions of both. The all-out sentiment she had with Beyoncé right under Jay-Z's nose. It appears as though Beyoncé was the person who went completely gaga for Amil, albeit both were similarly elaborate. Beyoncé was the person who turned out to be profoundly and fanatically joined around Amil. Beyoncé's desire and possessiveness got going. She needed that new craftsman all to herself and would try and appear unannounced to Andel's loft to ensure she wasn't seeing any other person. Tokyo Tony even ringed in on Beyoncé's fixation on her female specialists. Seems to be the sovereign honeybee won't hesitate to cross any lines to keep her women close, and she had a young lady an entire underscore that she was following it. Seems to be Beyoncé's possessive streak made her make a significant slip-up. Anna was involved with Kill a Minister, but at the same time was getting spirited with Sovereign straight as an afterthought when Bob gave her a final proposal to pick either her and Kill It, and will stunned everybody by picking Killa. However, Beyonce wasn't going to let Ammunition go that effectively. Goodness honey, she ensured the rapper paid for not picking her by destroying her profession with the assistance of JC, and allowed me to let you know it was a genuine disgrace on the grounds that Hamill was unquestionably skilled and might have been a star by her own doing in the event that Beyoncé hadn't disrupted her. As per the rapper Ed Darling, Onel abandoned music excessively soon, and it's all because of Beyoncé's vindictive activities. Seems to be even a sovereign honeybee can commit errors with regards to issues of the heart, she said. Nelly expressed hands down the greatest would have been hip bounce history is the discussion since God heard in the wake of giving us one collection right. I might likewise want to add Anil and Amit explain to you I am adding Wander Stop with Jay-Z on the pen game. Hamill might have been something dumb extraordinary without a doubt, so the Doc Pop Smoke Nipsey hustled Amil. I think those are the greatest what uncertainties in hip bounce history, and dissimilar to you'd expect, that was all it required to get Ammunition tossed out of the music business explicitly on the grounds that she would have rather not continued to rest would be and say any more. Jay-Z likewise hopped in to shield his lady and Amil and his child. He rapped, and you got 2 or 3 beans and you have no idea. Separated by your circumstance is distressing. I might keep it genuine reason. F family with me. You must drop ammunition cause on the off chance that you get a cop something you need to cop for genuine, despite the fact that the purposes behind her expulsion from the mark. Furthermore, getting boycotted from the business in general are obvious to everybody and will attempt to paint it as an individual decision. She discussed this in a meeting and said, I began to rebel. I opposed the business since it's not what I needed. I detested voyaging. I wasn't in get-togethers or the club. Additionally, at the time my child's asthma, who is 5 or 6 years of age at the time, was deteriorating and nobody was there for him. I must show up for him. She proceeded to explain again that the choice was hers completely and that nobody or nothing had blurred her. She said, I felt like it simply wasn't for me. That is the point at which I began revolting. I began revolting on the grounds that I needed out. It was more straightforward for me to get away. I blurred myself, nobody blurred me, and that is when everything appeared to go left. Ammunition has been battling to track down deals with serious consequences regarding her setting exit from Jay-Z's record organization Rockefeller. As she continued looking for answers, she has concocted various speculations, including the case that she left the business in light of the fact that the more cash she made, the more arrangements she needed to make with Satan. Anyway, this hypothesis is by all accounts a simple paranoid fear to assist Amil with adapting to the end of her agreement. Obviously, ammunition was not given any unmistakable justification for her excusal from the record name, and she has been trying in vain to comprehend the reason why it occurred. At one point she even believed that her weight gain was the most ideal justification for her end, yet it appears to be profoundly far-fetched that such an unimportant explanation could prompt such an exceptional choice. She talked in the meeting about this. I heard it was on the grounds that I got huge in ST. I got as much as 135 pounds. To call that bank, I was 110 pounds, if not exactly that. What I get so I 2 or 3 pounds. In the wake of boycotting her from the organization, Beyoncé and her man proceeded to totally close out ammunition and didn't actually allow her an opportunity to talk. She uncovered Jay-Z's treatment to her, say, by attempting to contact Jay a few times. He never got back at me. The response to our its annual's takeoff from the business implies that there was an individual resentment having an effect on everything. Jay-Z had let his dear companions know that they wouldn't see ammunition once more, and soon after she was at this point not a piece of the mark, nor was she welcome to any of it. What befell Amil, I don't know. Man, male, she just vanished. Man, like one day trust, simply say goodness you'll at no point ever see her in the future, and I never did. Apparently BNC involves female craftsmen for her own satisfaction and delight. Assuming the craftsman stands up, they are disposed of like a pre-owned tissue. BNC recognizes others' sentiments or vocations. As long as she gets what she needs, she keeps specialists close as long as they consent, and the moment they decline, their kinship and vocation reach a conclusion. Albeit certain individuals guarantee that Jay-Z dropping ammunition from his mark didn't have anything to do with her relationship with Beyoncé. It was exclusively because of Amazon's absence of impressive skill and carelessness. One Redditor composed, she regularly continued effing up, from being late to studio meetings and recordings or never appearing to not doing things that were requested from her. She should have a meeting with Jay and never appeared. Not the main offense. He had enough and they dropped her. Bleak affirmed it. That is all there is to it for now, people. Until next time, farewell.